Hello everybody, it's me, Mitch. I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen a lot. If you're a carnivore, you spend not a lot of time, but every day, you should be in the kitchen. We prepare most, if not all, of our own meals. Today, I'm going to take you on a kind of a mini tour, an update of the state of my fridge and pantry over the year or so since I made a last video like this. I have changed. I've changed some of the foods I eat the most. I've changed some of the way I cook them. And you could tell how I live my carnivore lifestyle pretty much by just nosing around in my refrigerator, freezer, and the small pantry I have over there, because honestly, don't use the pantry for very much. Don't use it very much. And I'm going to cook bacon and eggs today. I've been dining out at the Brazilian steakhouse. It's been a couple of days since I had bacon and eggs, and I miss it. I love it. Never get tired of it. So while it cooks, we'll go for a tour. First start by putting the bacon. Got about 1/2 pound of the Wright's bacon. This is currently $2 off for a 4-pound deal. Should last for a month or two. Depends on when you see this video. I'll put 4 slices of this in the frying pan, turned on to medium high. I cook my bacon medium high, and it usually comes out perfect. And then I cook my eggs in the bacon grease, which sometimes I save and some of, and sometimes I just let the eggs sop it all up. So I've got a tremendous meal full of fat. That's the deal, because the bacon's got a lot of fat. The eggs start out with at least 50% fat by weight, which is probably more than 70-30 by calories, and we add the bacon fat to it. So if you're trying to be a little higher fat diet, you can't beat a meal like this. I use the Sam's pasture eggs, which I found to be really the best. And I usually eat, because these are fairly good sized eggs, I eat maybe 5 of them. So let's go ahead and get these eggs ready to beat. Most of the changes that I have made, give me a little garbage bag here for my eggshells and any other garbage I may generate during the course of today and maybe even tomorrow. All of this is an effort. I don't have a garbage disposal. From putting things down the disposal, they may clog my drains. So we'll open these 5 eggs. The major change I've made, I think, is how I approach seafood. Beef is still beef. I just took a huge double rack package of baby back ribs out of my outdoor freezer. It's sitting outside, going to defrost a little bit. Haven't decided whether I'm feeling physically at to fire up the smoker, but I think I'm probably going to do that, and maybe tomorrow. I'll see if I can't figure out a way to navigate all the walking in and out of the house, and maybe smoke up a couple of racks of baby back ribs in the smoker I have outside, and bring you along for the ride. Not that it's not going to be complicated enough just doing it, but photographing it as well. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but we give everything the old college try. I'll tell you, trying to live life as normally as I can under the constraints of recovering from a stroke, which I love to say, and I'm becoming more and more firmly convinced every day that carnivore is probably the best way It's not only the best way to eat always, but perhaps the best way to eat, especially when you're trying to heal your brain and give it the most fat and cholesterol that it needs in order to heal itself, because that's what it's made of. Okay, the eggs are ready to beat. We'll come back to that. Put a little salt in there so I don't forget, a little Redmond's real salt. I'm going to grab you and take you along with me. Ready? Here we go. Okay. Now, hand hold this camera. Let's start with my freezer. What do I got in my freezer now? Okay, here you go. What I have in my freezer, and you'll see that I get my money's worth out of my WeVac vacuum sealer. And what do we have here? We have chicken thighs. I have 5 packages of these, each with 3 big thighs. And when I get down to 1 or 2, I buy a flat or 2 of thighs from Sam's Club and vacuum seal them. I have some stew beef in here, vacuum sealed. And I'm down to 2 steaks in the freezer. I have a beautiful looking ribeye here and one in the refrigerator for my second meal of the day today. I have less than my normal supply of bacon, but still plenty. Bacon's on sale right now. My next order from Sam's, I may buy 20 pounds of bacon and replenish this stuff. I've also got down here some of what they call their organic ground beef, but I haven't eaten much of it since I went ahead and started making these Angus and sirloin beef patties in the air fryer from Frozen. I really enjoy that. I love that. I love that. So I'm not buying much regular ground beef. Down here we've got some ground beef and a chuck roast. And that's about it for the freezer. In the door, as far as salmon goes, I've started using almost exclusively the frozen Alaskan wild-caught sockeye salmon fillets that Sam sells, and they vacuum seal them, and they come in fillets like this, and I usually pan fry them in butter. Also, their wild-caught Argentine red shrimp from Sam's Club are delicious, and I use them primarily in my shrimp omelets. But I can saute them and just eat them as a meal itself. They're delicious. They're wild caught. Down at the bottom, some leftover frozen pork belly, which I can slice up and eat, and some soup in there, and that's about it. That's about it for the freezer. In the refrigerator, I've got up here, I keep my bacon and eggs. Always got bacon and eggs in there. I have a ribeye thawed, ready to sous vide later today. A couple of pieces of that salmon thawed. 6 packages of beautiful ribeyes that my son picked up for me yesterday and picked out personally at Sam's Club. Cost me about $300 worth. And later today, I will vacuum seal all of them individually over there in my WeVac CV12 vacuum sealer and put them in the freezer. I have some eggs down in here also, and that's about it, other than some San Pellegrino and enough bacon fat to last me for 3 lifetimes. In the door, I basically have butter. Here's some omega-3s, which I've stopped taking for a while. Bottle of water. It's gotten so simple to execute this carnivore diet. I've narrowed down my variety to a few certain things over the last year, which I enjoy the most, and almost as important as how I enjoy them, how easy are they to make and clean up from? That's a prime consideration. Okay, this bacon is not quite ready to flip. Let's check out the pantry real quick. Now, the pantry is bare. You can see the pantry is basically bare. And I have little fishies in cans, anchovies and sardines. I have cans of salmon, which I make my salmon patties out of. Tuna fish, which is like rainy day food. I very rarely eat it. There's a couple of bottles of olive oil, which I doubt I'll ever use again. I have my grass-fed ghee. I have more salmon. I have a new tub of Melbourne smoked salt, some spare pork rind crumbs. Over here I have the Redmond's real salt. Behind it is the Himalayan salt. And that's it. That's the total of the food I keep in my pantry. Is either old stuff I'll never eat or stuff that is not food. That's basically the quick tour of my food stocks, both in the refrigerator and the pantry. Okay, let's flip this bacon over. See if we can flip all these at once. Yes, almost. There you go. These are big meaty pieces of bacon. So this bacon is, yes, it's definitely done. Let me pull this out of here. Oh wow, doesn't that look good? The multitasking is working. Okay, and let me, because I haven't done it yet, remove this from the heat. And you'll have to excuse me while I beat my eggs. Let's try out this right hand again. I'm getting a little faster. Wow, wow, wow. Not quite as vigorous as the left hand though. But every day, small improvements, small improvements. Okay. Thank you. And just pour it right into the bacon grease. I'm not going to save any of this, and let it cook in this hot grease. Makes it so good. The egg soaks it up. It even makes it a little tiny layer on the outside. It's just you couldn't call it crunchy, but it's just fabulous tasting. Burst the bubbles in the eggs. Let it continue to cook for a second. Now we'll try to flip this egg, and we'll let all that goodness go down in the oil and flip it over. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Let that cook just long enough to solidify a liquid. Turn the heat off. Oh, wow, does that look great? Fold it in half. Perfect. Oh man, look at this. That is a meal. I look forward to this, and I eat this almost every day. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. It's give the cooktop a little wipe. I usually put the pan over here. Make sure I have enough towel I won't burn myself. And let the burner burn off that extra grease that has splattered on the cooktop. And that's pretty much all the cleanup that's necessary. I'm going to go and eat this. All I can say is it doesn't get any better than this. This meal. Another small meal again. 3 or 4 hours from now. And that's it. The only food that goes into this guy's mouth in the course of a day. God, I wish I had discovered this 50, 60 years ago. Life would have been so much different. So thanks for following me around. I hope the little kitchen tour was informative. The fact that it was a little kitchen tour has more meaning than you can imagine. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat. and bacon and eggs.